Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm Debbie. I'm the owner of Qigong with Debbie. I teach Qigong, Tai Chi, and yoga. And most of my students are over the age of 55, 55 into their 90s. And it's a beautiful practice anybody can do, but especially for somebody who's coming into kind of a different season of their life. I have found it really beneficial for my older body, and I'm almost 70, and it's just been one of those practices that I could do for the rest of my life. Anyway, what I want to talk to you today about is oranges. No. I like to use visuals for a lot of different things, but a lot of people ask me, I think if you're starting out with a new kind of practice, or you want to start a self-care practice, Qigong is a self-care practice. Qigong and Tai Chi are self-care practices because they help us to understand our body, and all the practices are to repair what you have damaged over the years and to restore what you have left. So I like to make some of these practices like 10, 15 minutes. When people ask me, like, what would you suggest that I do if I don't have a lot of time or I'm just starting out? I always tell people start slow and short. So 10 to 15 minutes is a really good amount of time. You can get a lot in, and that's what I'm going to show you today. But the other thing that's very important about self-care is that consistency is very important. You want to do it every day, especially over the age of 55, because things slow down, things especially dry out. And if we're not moving consistently, it really breaks the body down. Now, it's not so much the movement, but what kind of movements are you doing? So Qigong is a perfect practice you don't need any equipment. You can do it anywhere. You could do 10 minutes of it. You can do an hour of it. You can do it as a add-on to other things that you do. It's just an overall great self-care practice to do, but do it on a daily basis. I think when we understand what our body needs and doesn't need, it helps us to pick and choose what works for us. You don't want to do any harm. You don't want to exasperate anything. So you want to be really careful what you choose to do. But the most important thing is that you do it every day. I like to show visuals because I think visuals help us understand what our body is doing, what it needs, why we're doing it. It's always the why. Why would you want to do a Qigong practice? So that's what I'm going to talk about today. And I'm especially going to talk about something very important that's in our body. It's called fascia. Now, fascia, so I have this bag of oranges in this web-like, and you can see it's like a web-like material, and it's holding these oranges together. So the oranges are representing all our organs, all our bones, all our internal organs, everything internally. And this material that's surrounding it holds it all together. Without this fascia material, your body would just be a bag of bones. Like it wouldn't keep it together. Nothing, you need something that's going to glue you together, your body together. And the fascia is, as you can see, it's a web-like material. And if you don't move it in many different directions, if you don't move it at all, what's going to happen? It's going to dry out and it's going to tear and it's going to hurt. And everything is wrapped around fascia in our bodies, everything. It's made out of collagen and other connective tissue, and it wraps around your organs, it wraps around your ligaments, your tendons, your bones, everything. It's in everything. So we really want to pay attention to understanding why we would want to move our body in certain types of ways. So what I'm going to show you today is to move your body in many different directions. That's the most important thing. Every day, in every way, you want to move your body in many different directions. So you get this pliability so the fascia doesn't dry out. And every day in every way, you want to move your body in different flexions. Again, keeping that spinal cord limber and also hydrated. Stretching, of course, is very important as well. But like I had said, I'm trying to show you what you can actually do in 10 to 15 minutes per day to keep your fascia lubricated, to keep your body hydrated, and stopping the breaking down of your body. So just to keep that in mind, this fascia material is wrapped around everything in your body. It holds you together, and it's very important to keep moving in many different directions. So I think what happens when we get older, we stop moving in many different directions, and that's what really breaks down the body. We're not, when you're young, you're running, you're playing, you're rolling, you're swinging on things. It's a very active life when you're young because you have the energy, you have the stamina. It's a new body. But then the body starts to break down. We stop moving in different directions, and then the body kind of goes dormant, and we're not getting the proper types of movement to keep the body healthy. So in this short video practice, I'm going to show you some key things that you can do on a regular basis every day for about 10 minutes. It's going to really make a big difference of how you feel overall. What else did I want to tell you about that? So that's the main thing. So what would the key things here, this is what I wanted to mention. What I'm going to show you today, you can do so much. This is what I love about Qigong. You can get so many benefits from these movements. They're not just one benefit, there's many benefits. And most of the benefits are we want to activate our body, we want to stimulate the body, we want to circulate the body, and we also want to meditate. We want to meditate the body. That means coming into a quietude, coming into relaxation. So all that activation and the stimulation and the circulation, it's great for your respiratory system. It's great for all the systems. And then moving the body in many different directions. And that's a great recipe for maintaining good health as you're aging. So we'll get started. So find a place where you have some, place to move around. Um, and you can also do all this stuff sitting if you need to sit. And also, if anything hurts, then you just back off. You modify it for your body. And every day our body kind of shows up differently. Some days we feel great, some days we don't. Again, the key thing here is to move your body in many different directions. You want to activate it, you want to stimulate it, you want to energize it, you want to circulate it to get all this going, to get the body going. Also, the movements we're going to be using today are moving the spine in 4 directions. That would be forward and back, side to side, and a twist. We're also going to be doing it's considered the longevity movement in Qigong and Tai Chi. They're the dragon movements because these dragon movements stimulate the body, but they also twist. We rotate, we do spiraling, we're moving the body in many different directions with the dragon movement. So we'll get started. We start by just entering our space. You could be barefoot or you can wear a soft sneaker. You're going to root down into the earth. This is actually a posture. This is called mountain. You're going to root down into the earth, really feel the earth below you. You're going to press the feet away from each other like you're spreading the mat between your feet. This is going to engage your core. It's going to lift your arches up, and you're going to start to feel this engagement from the arches all the way up the inner thighs to the core. Press your hands to your thighs to your hands, and activate again the core a little bit more. You'll feel like a tucking in a little bit of your sit bone. You'll feel a little activation in the core of your body. And then keeping that steady and firm, you're going to lift your shoulders up, slide the shoulder blades back, and then slide your shoulder blades down to your waist. We're going to take the palm of the hand, press it in the forehead, press your hand into the forehead into the hand. And again, you're elongating the neck, the head to sit comfortably on your neck. Now you should feel a little bit taller and a little bit grounded through this standing posture. It's called mountain. So this is where we start. And now from here, we're just going to start to activate a little bit of stimulation. You're just going to move your hips from side to side. As you're doing that, you're going to start to feel the shoulders also going from side to side. So this next section is going to be about activating the body and stimulating the body. Now, so you start a little bit quicker, as comfortably as you can. There's a little bit of bounce in the knees, soft knees, a little bit of bounce in the knees. And this is called, I'm calling it oscillating the washing machine. So, washing machine oscillates and it cleans your clothes. You wouldn't want to wash your clothes in dirty water, right? So we're going to oscillate our body to start releasing some toxins out of the body through the movement and through your breath. 70% of your toxins are released to the exhalation of your breath. So we're going to inhale through the nose and we exhale out through the mouth. You just purse the lips like you're blowing a candle out and release the toxins out of your system. So these next few movements are going to release the toxins. You're going to start to stimulate the fascia, which I was talking about. You're going to start to activate your body. You're going to start to circulate your body. So continue with the purge. So think of this as the starting point. You wouldn't wash your clothes in dirty water. You don't want to set your day in feeling toxins in your body. They build up quickly. They're hard to release if you're not moving, especially if you're not moving or breathing properly. So this little bit of oscillating is going to start to break up some stagnation. It's a movement you probably don't do very often. Remember, you want to move the body many different directions. So inhale through the nose and blow it out through the mouth. So you continue this purging breath. We will not do the purging breath for the whole practice, but we're definitely going to do it in the beginning to release the toxins, because 70% of our toxins are released through the exhalation of your breath through the lungs. The other 30% is released through sweating and also through your bowel movements. And that's where the other 30% is release. So you can go as quickly as you want or slow as you want. You want to feel that oscillation, especially in the rib cage. You want to get that moving. You want to feel it in the shoulders. You want to feel it in the hips. You're inhaling through the nose and you're exhaling out the mouth. And there's one more thing required. You have to smile. Smiling turns on your vagus nerve, which I have plenty of videos about what that vagus nerve is. But what it does, it helps with rest and digest. So it's a great way to start to uplift your spirits also. That's what it does. And it starts to bring in some good hormones that the body needs to feel happy. So lifting the corners of the mouth up is a requirement for all my classes. And we're breathing in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Simple, right? Very, very simple. And then stop. Now we're going to come into some shaking the 9 gates. We're going to start with the hands. This is called shaking the 9 gates because we're working with 9 major joints. Again, that's wrapped around with that fascia. Then you can start, once you got it going in your arms, then you can start adding a little bounce to this, bouncing a little bit. You can do as aggressively as you want. You can bounce up and down on the heels a little bit or intermittently do that. But you want to get this bouncing feeling. You want to get this shaking feeling. You want to feel it all the way into your neck also. Relax the shoulders as much as you can. Instead of up here, drop them down and relax here. So the shaking is also creating moisture for your fascia. You're bringing stimulation to the whole system. You're also, the 9 gates are your major 9 joints, which are your ankles, your knees, your hips, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, and your neck. So we're bringing some stimulation, circulation, activation just by the shake. And you're bringing the purging breath into it. Inhale through the nose, exhale gently out through the mouth, releasing 70% of your toxins out of the body. And smile, and don't forget to smile. So we're shaking and we're stimulating, we're getting our juices going, juices flowing. This is an easy one to do. You can do this throughout your day, especially if you're feeling tight or sore, or if you lack energy. Just shaking the 9 gates does a lot. Remember, I had said there's a lot of benefits to these movements. And then stop. You'll probably feel some tingling, and hopefully you do, between the palms of the hands. You're activating. This means your energy is going. Now we're going to move the body in the spine in 4 flexions. Make little fists with the hands. As you inhale, you're going to arch the back a little bit and open up the body into this back flexion. As you exhale, you round, tuck the tailbone under, tuck your chin into your chest. You're opening up the back of the spine. And then you inhale. Open up the front of the spine into that back bend. That's 1 flexion. You exhale, you round the spine. That's a forward flexion. And you go at your own pace. You're getting the flexion of a forward flexion and a back flexion. The spine loves these movements. And remember, the key here is consistency. Every day in every way, you're going to move your body in these 4 flexions. Every day in every way, we're going to move the body in many different directions. So the shaking and the oscillating, those are different directions. Forward and back, that's another flexion and direction, and then slowly release. We're going to come to some side flexion. Interlace the fingers. You're going to reach your arms up, come onto your toes a few times. Great stretch for the feet. Bend the knees and then lean over to your left side as you open up the right side of your body in the side flexion. Back onto the toes, over to the other side for your side flexion. Back up again. We'll do this one more time. Side flexion. So you just moved your spine forward and back, and you're bringing it into a side flexion. Doesn't take long and doesn't take much. And then release. We're going to come into a twisting flexion. Start with arms. Arms are like heavy coat sleeves, just going back and forth. And you're tapping, you feel a little tap on the kidneys, little tap maybe on the ribs. You can also bring the tapping up to your lungs. And then you can twist a little bit more in the hips if you want. You can start to bring the head and the neck around. If you get dizzy, then just keep the head centered. So why are we doing this? This is one of those flexions, the twisting flexion. These are one of the directional movements that you want to bring your spine into, your body into every day. Consistency is very important. This doesn't take long. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to do this in probably 10 minutes. And then slowly release down. So those are the 4 flexions. Now we're going to come into some of the dragon work. Dragons love to move. They like to twist. They like to rotate. They like spiraling. They love figure 8s. Your body loves this stuff. So if you haven't done your move in these ways, your body's a little dormant and it's going to love you for it. Bring the palms of the hands together. This is called sleepy dragon. So we're going to bring like a pillow for our head, leaning over onto your left side. Now you're going to open up the dragon. You're going to wake the dragon up, and we're going to bring big circle with the arms over to your right, and the head comes over to the left. Now you're going to cross the arms over to the other side. Arms are on one side, and the head comes to the other side. And then you come back, and now we're on the other side, sleepy dragon. Now we open it up again. We're going to cross over the body. The head comes to one direction. The hips are also to one direction. The hands are into the other. And you just go from side to side till you come to the other side. Sleepy dragon. Open up. So you can open up nice and wide. You're crossing over. You're crossing over. And then you sleep. Open, wake up the dragon. You're crossing over 1. You're crossing over 2. Sleepy dragon. Wake up the dragon. You can exaggerate the movements to your liking. Start small, work your way up to a little bit of a bigger movement. Remember, head comes to one direction, hands come to the other direction. And we'll do one more here. Open up, go from side to side. And breathe. Natural breath. You don't have to continue with purging breath. Let's separate the legs unless you need to. Separate the legs, we'll come into swimming dragon. Kind of same principle. We're going to come down to the left leg. We're going to come up. We're going to go down to the right leg. We're going to come up. So this is a figure 8 movement. Down, and then you come up. Down, and then you come up. Now you can go as far down as you want. If you want to activate this movement a little bit more, you can make it small. You can make it quicker. But make a figure 8. That's what we're doing, creating a figure 8 movement every day in every way. You want to move your body in many different directions. Now you can start bringing that swimming dragon out of the water. It's coming all the way up. And then you can go all the way down. So you can do this as long as you want. These are the longevity movements. These are wonderful for the spine. You'll feel this in your whole body. That's why they're good for longevity. They really work the whole body. And breathe. And smile. Make sure you're smiling. And then return that dragon back to the water. We're going to do, it's called spirit dragon. Bring the legs. No, we can keep the legs separated. Arms are out to the side. The left palm is faced up. The right palm is face down. And then you switch them. So you're turning your arms like you're opening up a jar. You're turning. Soft knees. And you're just turning the arms. Now, if you want to go a little bit deeper, let's pretend we have a phone in our right hand, left hand, phone in the left hand, and then you're going to put it in your pocket. Then the phone's in your right hand, and you're going to put it in your pocket. Holding the phone, putting it in your pocket. Holding the phone, putting it in your pocket. Holding the phone, putting it in your pocket. And you can work as big as you want, or make it small. You might feel this in your hips. Work your body. Maybe it hasn't moved this way in a really long time. Your spine's gonna love you. Your body's gonna feel so much better by just doing a few key movements. That's really gonna make a difference, especially, so this is really nice for your shoulders, and you're stretching that fascia. Remember, the fascia wants to move in many different directions to keep it hydrated, flexible, and breathe and smile. And then release, bring the legs back together. We're going to inhale, gather that energy from the earth, flip your hands up, gather the energy from above, and then let it move through you to settle you down, restoring. Remember, we want to repair the damage we've done and restore what we have left. So we'll do one more. Let's lift up, gather, and then restore. Feeling restored. Probably got your body activated, stimulated, circulated, and moved in many different directions. Bringing the palms of the hands together. Settle in and just notice how you feel. So remember, we're doing these movements to keep all that fascia freed up, lubricated, so it could hold our body together without any pain. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, subscribe to my channel. You'll get a notification every time I post something new. I thank you so much for joining me, and be well, everyone.